Welcome to Kasakai Ideas. And Kasakai in our local language, Marathi, means how are you doing? So, hey, Kasakai people, how are you all?
Good, good.
Good.
You're doing good,
Well,
Utkarsh. Thank you.
well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. So, without much ado, I think I'm going to throw you right into the pit of surprises. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you
Yes.
taking me on shopping after this? I don't
I
mind.
Yeah.
I
I need the
so
bag. I need the
knew this was
shoe.
coming. Ladies, let's just be a little fair and give Raj a chance to answer,
Oh,
and
Okay.
then we
That's
can, and then of course one of you can just
yes.
take the baton and take it forward from there.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Raj, Raj,
Yep.
what brand is this, if I may ask? What
No idea.
brand's logo?
No, clue.
Okay, I'm
No
gonna give this
idea at
one to
all.
Vidi. Vidi, could you tell me?
Tony Birch.
Wow!
And I get one extra off day. Thank you, Raj.
All right, Raj, what is this? Which company's logo is this, if I may ask?
No idea again.
All
Sorry.
right. I think I'm going to give this one to Adeline. Adeline, would you know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think this then goes on to Sharon.
Is it the possession?
Bang on. Bingo. Amazing. Okay. So the next one, I think I will start off with Sharon. Sharon, would you know what this is?
Hermes?
Y- This is absolutely correct again. Lovely. And Adeline, the next one is again coming to you.
Oh, so stressful.
This is simple. Simple. This is simple.
Is this
We all love their
Christian
perfumes.
Dior?
Absolutely. Amazing. Big round of applause, guys.
Yay.
And this is, I think, this is my favorite and everybody else's favorite. Anyone who
This
owns
is your
brands,
favorite, really?
I don't own any. I
again,
don't own.
owning. I don't even know this.
It's Gucci, no?
This is Gucci,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Rich people.
And and I'm going to leave this one out in the open. Anyone who could answer this one.
It's Fendi.
Wow, did you have an encyclopedia of some kind?
No, I just like to shop.
Okay, so now we steer towards some questions that are close to my heart and have been ever since March. A, because none of us ever knew that we would be working from home for this long a stretch. And I remember in the month of March, I was with a client of mine over a call, and I was discussing, you know, as to how we would plan about the next few months. And I said, well, I don't think it is that difficult. I mean, I would be seeing you from office the next month. And she said, are you sure? Are you sure you're not going to be working home for a long time? I don't think so. And here I am in December, still working from home. So yeah. So as I just said, Raj,
Yep.
working from a remote environment has its own challenges. And as I see myself, it was quite easy when you were in an office surrounded by people to just get up from your desk, take a quick 5-minute break, or in fact, even when it comes to managing your own team and speaking with your own team, it's far more easier when you're in an office environment, connected all the time. How did your team overcome this challenge, and how did ideas play a role in this transition, if I may ask?
Firstly, it wasn't a challenge for us because we've been working this way right from day one.
Lovely.
So it was a setup that we were used to right from the beginning. So nothing challenging here. I used to get to meet them once a year in the past. That is something that I have been missing. Apart from that, there's nothing that I'm missing now.
Wow, look at that answer. I don't think I would have ever been able to compose myself this well and brace myself this well. So this next one question is to your ladies, and Raj, I would refrain you from answering this. Uh, Raj, my personal experience of working with him, and of course, he has also been the project manager to hand over a few properties. I've always seen him in that calm, composed, soft-spoken person. Uh, is there a workplace story that you think that you can second this on? Any one of you or all of you, whichever.
Senior, you go first lah.
I thought you're gonna unmute, so you see, I'm waiting for you.
You always give way to senior.
Oh, thanks. No, I think like Raj has mentioned, I think Raj has always been remote from us in that sense. So for us to work remotely with him is never an issue. So we
Right.
always have calls, and we know that anytime we need help, we can always ping him, right? So he's always there to help us. And then during this situation, right? This working from home. I mean, business have actually a few of our implementations have also paused.
Right.
So I mean, he's very he actually took up a lot of like intern G3 RMS training and stuff like that to keep us occupied. And like
Right.
what he always like to say, to be sure we are future ready as well. So even in this lull, I mean this slow period, right, we are still being kept busy. And then, like what you have mentioned, just to refer back, right, Raj is, although not here physically, but I mean, we know that he's always there for us.
Well, that's a huge compliment, if I may say that, Raj, and
Thank you
kudos to
so
you.
much,
Well,
everyone.
uh, wonderful. And I think I'm going to ask the next question in conjunction. So, Adeline, I've worked with you. I've worked with Vidhi as well in the past, and I know that you've had some miles with ideas as I have. But Sharon, I believe you were the latest recruit on the CPM team, and
Yes.
this transition actually came to you in two parts: the transition of working from office to home, and then of course working with a new company called Ideas. How was your experience, if I may ask?
Just before Sharon answers, a very
Yep.
interesting story.
Sure.
When Sharon joined us on the 18th of March,
Wow.
and that was the only day she had to work from office. And then from the next day onwards, she had to work from home. So if she was to compare how the work environment was in office and at home, there's hardly any comparison there, Utkarsh.
Yeah.
Sorry for the spoiler, but
No, that's perfectly all right. That's not a spoiler. So allow me to ask you this, Sharon. Sharon, have you worked from home in the previous assignment that you were on?
No, this honestly, this is my first time working from home. Previously, all my other job been working on site or overseas, so I did not work remotely from home before. Yep.
Okay, all right. So how has that experience been? Are you finding it difficult or easier to work from home?
Starting, I find it quite difficult because I'm not used to it. And then previously, I don't have a study table at my room, so I had to work at the dining area. Then after that, I changed my working area, so I buy a study desk, chair, everything. And during the COVID period, it was so difficult to get all this thing. And I thought that probably we just need to work from home a few months, but oh, it passed 6 months. I've been working from home. Yeah. So
And
it's
I
a
hope you're
different
enjoying it still.
environment. Yeah. Yeah. After that, I get to adapt to it. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So, very quickly, moving on, as you just mentioned that for the past 6 months you've been working from home. I know how tired a person like me gets, when he does not get to go out that often. And I'm sure that is true about you too, Vidyana. Could you tell us how these past 8 months have been? A, going out for shopping, but only groceries, nothing else, and not going out at all either. How has it been? How have you adapted to all the new circumstances, if I may say?
When you can't do something one way, you do it another way. For me, it's simply online shopping. Who say shopping stops when you're locked at home? Utkarsh. Sometimes they'll be like, I even forgot what I ordered. And then
Oh,
my son would go to the door and say, Mommy, there's a delivery. Did you order something? No, I didn't. Then when the item comes, oh yeah, I did.
uh, that that is, I think, one of the best stories I've heard on Kasakai so far. Very honest. As a part of a joke, I will
Uh,
not name the colleagues because I do not know if they'd be okay to the idea. But I have colleagues in the Pune office. I used to tell them, do you have people from Amazon on your payroll who just work for you? Because I keep seeing them coming often, every third day, every second day. This is blew it off as a joke. All
mm,
right. So everybody else but Raj, I would ask that there is a street in Singapore called the Little Indian Street, if I'm not mistaken.
mm.
Anything famous that you've had there? Uh, and Raj, I will come back to you on this second part of the question later. Have you ever been to the street, if I may ask?
Who? The rest of us?
Yeah, we have
Oh,
been
Rest of it.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, I was
But
just
if
there
you,
last week.
Yes.
So
oh
anything
yeah,
that in particular you remember that you like a lot?
Food.
Of course, yeah. That's one word that we all love, isn't it? Anything more particular about Indian food that you like?
um, well, it's just anything and everything, I guess. As long as I can eat it, I eat it.
All right.
See, I've got the problem is that my husband also likes to eat food, so he will drive in to any part of Singapore
Right.
just to have a dish. And this is a common sickness in Singapore. Correct, not Adeline, Sharon? So if you like something, I mean, Singapore is very small. It's not as big as India, right? So we will travel if even if it's a half an hour drive.
That is amazing. I mean, I was, to be honest, I was looking at a web series. It's
Mm.
called Street Food, and they take you across the globe to kind of introduce you to street food in Singapore, Korea, Okinawa, specifically in Japan as well. And that is exactly what I was looking at. People are, or foodies are, the kind of people who would make it a point to travel, an X number of miles every weekend to just go have that same taste, the same food from that same place. That kind of serves as a motivation for the rest of the week for me, I believe.
Yeah, true.
All right. So Raj, I would this question specifically to you. Uh, have you been to the Little Indian Street, if I may ask?
Yes, I have.
A- And something that you had there that was memorable.
Okay, when we went there on my family trip, uh, I told my family, for a change, can we have some Indian food here? And they agreed, and we did have. I don't know the name of the place, but then yes, we did have a full meal, Indian meal out there. It was really nice. In fact, the moment you enter the place, you feel like you're in Chennai.
Really?
Yeah, the moment you enter, you'll find sari shops, you'll find gold jewelry shops, and all the Indians, roaming around shopping and, uh, of course, food out there. So it's no different to Chennai.
Okay. All
Uh,
right. And okay, so do you compare these two experiences ever as to eating that same food here in India and compared to eating that in Singapore? What exactly changes?
it changed nothing
Really?
because because it was cooked by Indians there. You'll
Okay. All
find
right.
it different only if
Right.
it was cooked by somebody else.
Right.
So
Right.
you got all Indians out there and they cook it. It's no different.
All right. All right. Well, it's part of me learning something new every day. So, okay, moving on. I would like to ask you all, each one of you all, what is your daily work core routine like? How do you plan your day? Probably you could start with Sharon and then move, in the cyclical manner. Adeline, Vidya, and then Raj.
So I'll plan my day in checking the calendar, see what's our meeting today, then prepare myself. Then before the catch-up call with Raj. Yeah.
No, that's work. Let's not talk work.
I
Say
mean,
your work is done with. What is pre-work and what is post-work?
post work. Get myself prepared for the day. Then after that, end of the day, will um, go to the kitchen to help my mom to prepare some meals for the dinner whenever I have free time, like um, especially during the dinner. Let's say I end my work about 5:30 or 6 plus, then I will go and check out in the kitchen. If my mom haven't prepared the food, then I will help to prepare the meals
Okay,
for the
so
dinner.
so imagine this: if on a Wednesday evening or Thursday evening, like today, after you've completed your work, you get onto a video call with me and you take the laptop to the kitchen. What will I find in your kitchen? What is cooking today on a regular Thursday?
Regular Thursday, we don't have really a fixed like every day, which is the meal. So we will depends on what other food available and we feel like eating for today, like probably today, tonight. Based on just now in the afternoon, I heard from my mom is will be cooking fish soup. Yeah, simple meal.
That is amazing, and you
Yeah.
seem happy. That's one of your favorite. All
Yeah.
right, moving on. Adeline, how about you? How's the rest of your day compared to work, home? How do you split?
I do exercise in the morning, so that is how I start my day. And
All
then,
right.
of course, preparing lunch and then also getting ready the meals dinner as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that must be quite occupying. How do you sort of manage to detach from that, then have a dedicated work and then go back to it again?
I think because I mean I like a structured life, so so I wake up early. I know what I'll do. I go jog, then I come back, bathe, and then start my work, and then yeah, lunch and then dinner. So like me, even for meals, like what Sharon has mentioned, it all depends on what is in the fridge. And
Right.
then if you don't feel like cooking that day, you can always just order in or just go and buy back. So in Singapore, I mean, like what Vidi has mentioned, food is everywhere. So it's very easy to get food. So
All right.
yeah. Mm.
How about you, Vidi? How do you plan your day?
Um, I don't plan things. I'm a very bad planner. I I let my husband plan things for me. Basically,
That
if he
that
says
is
today,
amazing.
if today he says like we're eating out for dinner, then we out for dinner. If not, then we eat home. I think I'm very fortunate because there's a helper at home, so I do not need to worry about doing any planning for dinner or lunch or taking making sure things are in place at home. So, which is why this allows me even more free time. My husband is looking at me with amaze. I'm not sure why, but which is why I've got a lot of free time to
S-
myself.
See, he is looking at you amazed because you've given us all a lesson in administration.
Is
That
it?
is, you don't have to be busy to do everything yourself. Even delegation takes time.
Yeah, of course, of course. There's a lot of effort. There's a lot of planning. So hence, yeah. Besides work, I'm a very easygoing person. Um, yeah, different when it comes to work and personal, I guess.
Do you like watching any web series? Have you watched anything recently that has really struck with you?
Wow, don't get me started. I, I think everyone goes to Netflix nowadays,
Right.
right? Right, and even the usual telco companies here in Singapore, even their own they have their own broadband services that allows
Right.
also for you to watch. They have so many. But I have to confess I am avoiding turning on to any Korean channel
All right.
because I know if I do, I'll be stuck like the rest of the world.
Korean dramas, especially.
Yes, especially Korean dramas. So my boys, I've got two teenagers, so they have their own devices, so they can watch their Korean whatever on their devices, never on the television because that belongs to mommy.
See, I am so happy that there's somebody who's laying down the rules so well that it's all running smoothly.
Right?
In my house, it is a tough choice between what to watch between me and my wife because we both want to watch it on the television. And yeah,
Oh,
so we compromise and I watch whatever she wants. Yeah.
another telly set.
Similar
All right.
story.
Similar
Raj,
story to you, Raj. but
No, no.
do not put any television in the bedroom. That's a no no.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
So Raj, what do you watch? Or you just watch the picture behind you because that is amazing. If I may just go ahead and say.
Ah.
I could
Mm.
sit and watch it for hours. Is there a
Go and
jasmine
ask
flying on the
Go and
magic
ask
carpet?
him to
Okay,
name all the
unfortunately, no.
princesses. You go and ask him whether he can name all the princesses or not.
Come on. By the way, it was.
We did. This does not help. I can hear you and so the others.
That's the whole idea, you see. That's the whole
I
idea.
got it. I got it. I'll ask him the next time. Hold on. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome,
You
Raj.
make me realize how bad am I with those characters. I don't know any of them.
And yet you paid how much? 10,000?
Yeah,
Did he?
Oh my
me
God.
exiting.
In that
Anyway,
amount of money, Aladdin would have come and performed for you live.
Oh, you do live performances too? Yeah, you should have told me earlier.
didn't know
On
Aladdin was
weekends,
so
are you
sweet.
free? I'll book you.
Oh my God. This is the best conversation I've ever had. All right, Raj, without much ado, if you could tell us about your day.
My day, honestly, you'll have to clarify a little bit more on your question.
So, how do you plan your day in such a way that you have ample time after work? And how do you switch off from work and come home now that we are not traveling to and fro between office
Uh,
and home?
I understood that part of the question, but what I didn't understand was, are you referring to BC before COVID or DC during COVID? and I'm surely don't know what's going to happen after COVID. AC.
Let's keep it to DC for now.
Okay, DC. It's hop and off. Whenever I have meetings and I have dedicated time to work on my work, then I work here on my laptop and have those breaks to go back and do some household work as well. So I have been domesticated a little more nowadays. So I do a lot of work at home, and delegation is at its best here at my place. My wife is a very good manager. She is a manager at her workplace as well, but continues to be in that role even at home. So you can imagine the world here.
All right, wonderful. You can share her email ID with me in case I have to delegate something to you. I'm talking about the rest of us. All right. Well, this has been wonderful speaking to you all. And on a parting note, I would request you all to just give a one word message or a one line message to all of us at the Ideas family. Anything that you've gone ahead and gathered during the COVID time that you think is crucial for all of us to survive the next quarter, if I may say so?
Hmm. I think ideas has come stronger during this pandemic. So we all have, stayed together even during these times. So I wish all the idealists to continue doing what they are doing and be the best of you.
Lovely. Sharon, Adeline, Vidhi, we'd like to hear from you as well.
Let me go first. I learned, and I would like to share this with everyone, that sanity and inner happiness is extremely important before we do any outreach. So be safe and stay healthy.
Thank you, Vidhi. Thank you. That is indeed quite a message. Adeline, would you like to go next?
Sure. I think I want to share that how grateful I am. I mean, for ideas and the team here, even outside of CPM as well. So all the other teams have all come together during these difficult times, and then still making sure providing the necessary support. I mean, and of course the solidarity as well, the friendship as well to get all of us through this situation. Yeah, this current situation.
Thank you, Adeline. Thank you. That is very kind of you to include us all, not just client services or not just CPM, but everybody at Ideas. Thank you so much for that. Sharon, can we hear from you?
So to me, is everybody. I'm newest in the team, and I find that everybody works together to help one another during this period, even though it's working from home, and the friendship as well as right now. Also, I feel that stay safe and stay healthy is most important. And also moving forward, all the best to everyone.
Well, thank you so much, all of you. On a parting note, I would also like to say a bit of a thank you note to the Ideas in the HR, especially Devika and Prashant, of course, for driving this initiative. This platform, believe me or not, has given me such opportunities which I would have just dreamt of otherwise. So thank you so much for joining in today. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I think I will look forward to a part two of this, where we'll have a few more questions for Raj, where I will collate questions beforehand now that I have
Give
spoken
me
with
the
all of
answers
you.
as well.
Thank you so much, everyone. I will
Thank
stop
All
you so
right.
recording
much,
now.
Utkarsh.
Have a
Thanks a lot,
great day ahead.
Utkarsh.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye.